Pull GCF.
Pull GCF. We just learned, we just talked about our homework, right? Where you guys kind of, that 121, right? Nobody wants to factor that. So if I'm looking here, always look for GCF first. That is what I'm stressing to you today. Look for GCF, make the problems easier. Okay? Make them easier. All right, so if I'm looking here, 5 would be our GCF. Okay? So if I take out a 5, can someone tell me what I'd have left over on the inside?
2y minus 7y plus 6.
Okay? Alright, so again, I just took that 10 and 30 and made it easier, okay, by pulling a GCF. So now, next thing we're looking for, Caitlin, you just said it, was what?
Sign.
Signs, okay? So if I have a plus 6 and I want to get to a negative 7, what are my signs going to be? Negative, okay? So I'm going to have, oops, drop that down a little bit. So we know that inside my set of parentheses, I'm going to have something with negatives, okay? All right, so what's the next step? Chloe, what's something else that should happen here now? Okay, break down 7 and 6? The 2, there you go. So 1 times 2, right? And then the 6. 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Okay? All we're doing right now, guys, is this is a review from yesterday at this point. Okay? Outside, inside. Right? So 1 times 6 is 2 times 1. Is that going to give us 7?
No.
No. Okay. 1 times 3? 3. 2 times 2? 4. Could that get us to 7?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so we gotta investigate this. Let's check this out and see if we can get it to work out. Okay? So now, once you know your numbers, these are your 2 front guys, right? For review from yesterday, those are your 2 front guys. These are your 2 back guys. Okay, so I have 1y or y, doesn't matter if you put a 1 in front or not, and a 2y, those are my front numbers. Okay, back numbers, -2, -3. Okay, does anybody have a question about any of that so far? Okay, so now you're going to start by foiling. Okay, that part doesn't change. We're still going to FOIL this out. Okay, so what's y times 2y?
2y squared.
2y squared. All right, 2 times -3, Ben?
2 times -3.
Y times -3?
Negative 3y.
-3y. All right, -2 times -2y?
Negative 4y.
Good. And then -2 times -3?
6.
6. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and combine the middle and get -7y. Now don't forget, did you get back to the original problem?
We still have to multiply by 5.
Good. Okay. So in this case, if this what you think was your answer and you didn't have this 5 out front, something should be going off in your head. This is not right. Something's wrong. Because I did not get back to the original. I've only got back to here. Does that make sense? I have not back to the original. So that 5, technically, we are multiplying all this by 5. Okay? That 5 out front is still out front. Okay? You have to distribute it through, and it should take you back up to the original problem. This is a way to check to make sure you put your GCF out front. It'll help you, because a lot of you kept forgetting to do that on your last test, right? Forget to put those GCFs out front. So you distribute that 5 through and get 10y squared minus 35y plus 30. Yes, it worked out. So this guy right here, that entire guy is your answer. Okay, yes?
Everything in green is our answer.
No, what I just highlighted. This in green is our check. We need to make sure that this gets back up to this.
Okay, so when you're rewriting, when you're solving it, do you have to write the 5 in front?
Yes.
If it's in your answer?
Yes. Okay? So make sure that 5 shows up. That's what I said. When you FOIL, if that 5 wasn't there, something should be ringing in your head that something's not right, because this answer does not match your original before I distribute that 5 in. Does that make sense? Okay? Now I'm fine if you know, I mean, if you don't have to necessarily show every single little step here, but you should be showing some sort of check proving to me that we've got back to the original. Okay? That's going to be part of your score on Thursday is, did you get the right answer? And then did you check it to make sure you had the right answer? That'll be a point, just to show checks.
So if we just get to the blue, is that okay? To the top blue, so when we pull GCF and like not go.
I'm
Do we have
okay
to go
with
that
that,
top
but
blue?
you need to make sure that 5's out front. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because that's what the issue was on the last test. Some of you were checking and still would not put the GCF out front, okay? So to keep it safe, I would take it all the way back and make sure, did you get back to the original? I mean, just, you got the time to do it, all right? Make sure you get to that original problem. Because not putting a GCF out front is gonna be minus a point instead of half a point on this test. All right, because we've talked about it a lot now, okay? All right. Take a second, I want you to try number 8. Go ahead and try number 8 real quick. Give you a hint, pull a GCF first. All right, I know you're not quite done yet, but for time purposes, we're gonna kind of move on. What's the first thing you need to do here? Okay, Evan, what'd you pull out back there?
3,
And what did you have left over when you pulled out a 3?
P to the second plus 5 PR plus 6R squared.
Good. Okay. All right, so now life's kind of easy on this one, isn't it? We don't have a number out front, do we? We only have the 6 that we're dealing with, the 1 times 6 and the 2 times 3. Anybody come up with an answer there?
2 times 3.
The 2 times 3, okay. All right, so we keep the 3 out front, right? Okay, P squared. It's gonna break to P and P. We know that it's all positive, so we know a plus. And you get a 2 and a 3. How's that look? Ah, good. I don't have a variable in there. What am I missing?
R.
R's, okay? Make sure you got the R there, okay? Now again, this right here looks like to be our answer. Oops. Looks like to be our answer right here, okay? Double check. No reason not to check and get all these right now. Okay, so P times P is P squared plus 3PR plus 2PR plus 6R squared. Again, combine that middle. So you get P squared plus 5PR plus 6R squared. And then you still have that 3, right, on the outside, that GCF of 3 on the outside. Okay, and then make sure you distribute that 3 back through. And make sure, did that get me up here to the top? Okay, yes sir.
Could you distribute the 3 into the first
Yeah.
parentheses before
Yeah.
3?
Yeah. He's asking, could I distribute, could I go and multiply these 2 and then FOIL? Yeah, it doesn't really matter which way you multiply, you can multiply them either way, okay? We're just, if we FOIL first, you can kind of make sure you're getting the inside and then push that 3 through to get that 3P squared plus 15PR plus 18R squared. But like I said, I mean, I'm gonna expect to see a check out of you on your test on Thursday, okay? Yes?
For that one, if we like, just wrote down, P plus 2R, and then P plus 3R, would that be wrong since we didn't write anything down to check it?
Yeah, you'll miss a point for the check and you miss a point if you don't put that GCF out front.
Or well, like with the GCF.
So
like-
most of your problems are gonna be 3 points after I kind of looked at it, it'll be 3-point problems, okay? And so on a problem like this, it'll be a point to pull the GCF, a point to come up with this, and a point to show your work, to show your check, okay? All right, now, one of the things I do wanna talk to you about, some of our problems today, the numbers start getting a little bigger, okay? So with that being said, I want to show you a little trick that works some of the time when numbers are big. It's not always going to work, okay? But it does work part of the time, and it is awful helpful, and it'll go a lot quicker for you on some of your problems, okay? And that is when you start seeing bigger numbers, 49s and 25s, right? I mean, if you look back to yesterday's numbers, that was like 4 and 10 and 6s and 2s and 3s, and life was not horrible, okay? But now all of a sudden we're throwing 49s and 25s, you know what I'm saying? No, you can still make a list and do all those things. But one of the things I want you to start checking, check the square root real quick, okay? And when I'm saying that, just do the first and last part, okay? Just like we were listing our factors of the first guy and last guy. What's the square root of 49? 7. So if I think about this, 7 times 7, and what's the square root of 25?
5 times 5.
5 times 5. So when I get bigger numbers, check and see if you have a whole number for a square root. Now, it doesn't change what you do after that, okay? 7 times 5 is 35, and then another 35, right? Well, 35 and 35, does that get a 70?
Yes.
Yes, it does, okay? So when the numbers are big, check the square root first, just real quickly, because that will save you a lot of time instead of writing them all out and trying to find them, okay? So now, with that being said, you've got your answer. We know that if this is a positive, our options are a positive, positive, or a negative, negative. Since we have a negative in the middle, we need a negative, negative. And then just write down 7D, 7D, and then 5E, and 5E. Okay? And when you square root, guys, your factors will always look the same. I mean, it's just two of the same thing.
So, as in it won't work, as in it won't be, the trick you said it won't work all the time.
Not all the time. Like if this was, let's say 48, you can't square root 48 and get a whole number out.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm
then
saying.
now you're stuck
That's
doing a
why it won't
list.
work all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It only works if you can square root and get a whole number.
Okay.
Okay? Yep.
And just like, can you just put the 7D minus 5E squared?
Yeah, you can do that as well. That's right. Okay? And then again, guys, it doesn't take the place of, you still gotta check it out. Make sure things work out, okay? So you're gonna go through, I'm not gonna go through all this, but make sure you show your check, okay? All right, why don't you go ahead and try number 10 real quickly.
Hmm?